Build people who don't need you. A director of engineering I was coaching, let's call him James. He had a reputation as the best technical mind on his team. Whenever something critical came up, James would pair with junior engineers to make sure it got done right. He called it mentoring. His team called it reassuring. What it actually was, a safety net that never came down. Then James went on vacation. 2 full weeks, spotty cell service, basically unreachable. When he came back, he was braced for disaster. What he found was a surprise. His team had handled about 90% of everything that came up. Some of it a bit differently than he would have done, some of it better. And the 10% they couldn't handle, that was the most useful information James had gotten in months. Because it showed him exactly where his team's real development gaps were, and they weren't where he assumed they were. James, 2 weeks away, revealed a truth most leaders resist. Your team is more capable than you think, and you haven't given them the space to prove it. So how do you build people who genuinely don't need you? There are 3 tools I use with almost every leader I coach. First, the vampire rule. When you walk into a room or join a conversation, does your presence add energy or drain it? Do people light up because you're bringing perspective, or do they deflate because they know you're about to take over? Be honest about which one it is. If your presence constantly drains, that's data. Second, the succession test. If you left for 2 weeks tomorrow, what would break? Whatever your answer is, that's not a sign of how important you are. That's a sign of your team's fragility. And that fragility is a leadership problem, your problem, not a team problem. The succession test isn't about whether you're needed. It's about whether you've built a team that can function at full capacity without you present. Third, the Apprentice Model. This is the development progression that actually builds independence. Watch me do it. I demonstrate while you observe. Do it with me while we work on it together. You're leading, I'm supporting. Do it while I watch, you execute. I'm available, but not driving. Now do it without me. Full ownership is yours. Most leaders get stuck on step 2 forever. They keep collaborating, which feels supportive, but it actually means they never fully let go. The goal is to move people through all the 4 stages until they reach full ownership. When James came back from vacation, he redesigned his approach around these 3 rules. He started asking the vampire question before every meeting. He ran the succession test monthly. He mapped every critical function to the Apprentice Model, tracking exactly where each person was and what they needed to move to the next stage. 6 months later, he told me, I used to think my job was to be the best engineer in the room. Now, I know my job is to build the best engineers in the room. That's the shift. Your value as a leader isn't measured by what you can do. It's measured by what your team can do without you. Where does your team fall on the Apprentice Model? What will the succession tests reveal about your team right now?